Good evening, viewers, and welcome to my channel once again. In today's tutorial, we are going to look at percentages. Yes, and this mathematics video is well explained in such a way that we are not only going to memorize formulas, but we are also going to understand, so that when a question is given, we'll be able to solve them. Now let's start. So today we are going to look at percentages. Now we'll begin by looking at percentage changes. Now, when we say percentage change, what do we mean? Percentage change shows how much a quantity has increased or decreased compared to its original value, expressed as a percentage. Yes, so we are looking at how much a quantity has what increased or what decreased. So that much, how much that quantity has increased or decreased, expressed as a percentage. That is what we are looking at. So mathematically, percentage change is equal to the change over the original quantity times 100%. Now the change is how much we are increasing, or the difference between the new quantity and the original quantity. So in this formula, percentage change is equal to the new quantity minus original quantity all over original quantity times 100%. So we just have to find the change, the difference between what the new and the original. That will be the change divided by the original quantity times 100%. Now let's take some examples and see how best we can solve them. So this is a typical example of a percentage change question. The cost of a dress in 1999 was 50 Ghana cedis. In 2001, the cost of the same dress was 75 Ghana cedis. Find the percentage change in cost. Find the percentage change in cost. So initially, in 1999, the dress was 50 Ghana cedis. In 2001, there was an increment. So it's moved up to 75 Ghana cedis. Now we want to find the percentage change. So there is the need for us to find the change in the new and the original price. So the new price in 2001 was 75 Ghana cedis, and the original price was 50 Ghana cedis. So when you find the change, they are getting 25 Ghana cedis. So this is the difference in between the new and then the original price. Now to find the percentage that corresponds to this amount, as we said earlier, our change. So our change here is 25. So 25 over the original price. The original price in 1999 was 50 cedis. So our change is 25 over original price 50 times 100%. Now that gives us 50%. So the percentage change in cost is 50%. Now let's proceed. Now that we are done with percentage change, we want to look at how to increase or decrease a quantity by a percentage. How to increase or decrease a quantity by a percentage. So when we are asked to increase or decrease a quantity by a certain percentage, we always take the original quantity as 100%. Yes. So the original quantity is always equal to 100%. For example, if the original quantity 100% is increased by X%, then the new quantity is 100 plus X% of the original price, or of the original, which is 100%. Yes. So if the original quantity 100% is increased by a certain percentage, which is X, then the new quantity is adding the increase, how much it's increased, to the original, then off, and we know off means what? Multiplication, to off the original quantity. And if the original quantity 100% is decreased by X%, then the new quantity is 100% minus that quantity which has been decreased of the original. So this is how to increase or decrease a quantity by a percentage. So to increase, we add that percentage to the original of the same original price, or the original quantity, which is 100%. And when we ask to decrease by a certain percentage, we subtract from the original and of the same original. Let's take an example to make it easy for us. Now, there is this first question. Increase 200 by 10%. Increase 200 by 10%. So here, as we said earlier, we take the original quantity to be 100%. So here too, we are taking the original quantity to be 100%. So the original quantity 200 is equivalent to 100%. Yes, because we said that we are to increase 200 by 10%. So if we are to increase 200 by 10%, it means that the original quantity we are going to increase is 200. And we also know that the original quantity in percentage is 100. So that means that the original quantity 200 is equivalent to the original quantity in percentage, which is what? 100%. Now we are to increase by 10. So it means that we are going to add the 10% to the 100%. And that should be equal to question mark. So we don't know how much we are going to get when we increase the original quantity by 10%. Yes. So as I said earlier, the original quantity in percentage wise is equal to the original quantity itself. Now the percentage increase when added to 100% is equal to question mark. So here 100% is equal to 200. Then 110% is equal to question mark. Now we know that 100% is giving us what? 200 cedis. Then 110, which is greater than 100, we expect something bigger over here, something bigger than 200 over here. So if we expect something big, then the smaller one will divide. That means comparing 100 and 110, 100 is the smaller one, so to become the denominator. So we're going to have 110% over 100% times 200. And when you do the computation, we're going to get 220. So the new value is 220. The new quantity is 220. So you see how simple it is. Yes. So to increase 200 by 10, the original quantity which you are going to increase by 10% is equal to the original percentage, which is 100. So as we are increasing, that means that we are adding the x, which here the x represents 10 to our 100, and we are getting 110%, which is equal to the new quantity which we don't know. So since 100 is giving us 200, the 110 will give us something bigger than 200. So if we expect big, then the smaller one will come down. We multiply by 200 and get 220. Now, let's take another example. Now in this example, we have to decrease 150 by 20%. So, as usual, we are going to take our 100% to be equal to 150. Since this is the 150, we are decreasing, so we are taking this as the original quantity. So as after we decrease, we will get a new quantity which will be lesser than the original quantity. So we are taking the 100%, which is the original percentage, to be equal to the original quantity. Now since we are decreasing, we are taking 20% from 100%. Now when I take 20 from 100, what do we get? We get 80. So the percentage decrease is equal to question mark. We don't know what is equal to. Let's see. 100% is giving us 150. If 100 is giving us 150, 80, which is smaller than 100, we expect something small here, something lesser than 150. Then if you expect less, the bigger one will divide. Are you okay? So we're going to get 80. So looking at 180, the bigger one is 100. So the bigger one will come down. So 80 over 100 times 150. Then we get 120. So the new value is 120. And in fact, we can see that we have decreased 150 by 20. So we are getting the new quantity to be 120. Now let's take some application questions to see how we're going to solve them. So let's look at the third question. This looks like an application question. After increasing the price of an article by 20%, the price was 3,000 Ghana cedis. What was the original price? So we have increased the price of an article by 20%. The price after the increment, we had 3,000. What was the original price? So as we always do, our 100%, which is our original percentage, is equal to question mark, but we don't know the original price. We only given 3,000 as the increment after 20% was added. Yes, so after adding 20% to 100, we got 3,000 Ghana cedis. So that means 100%, which is our original percentage, is equal to question mark, which we don't know what it will be equal to because we are finding the original price. We don't know what our original percentage will be equal to. So if 100% is equal to question mark, then 20 being added to 100, which is 120, is equal to our 3,000 Ghana cedis. So the new percentage should be equal to the new price. Now the original percentage should be equal to the original price, which we don't know. Now from here, 120 is giving us 3,000. So 100, we expect less. If we expect less, then comparing this one, the bigger one is 120, it will come down, it will divide. So we have 100% over 120% times 3,000, and we are getting 2,500 Ghana cedis. So therefore, the original price was 2,500 Ghana cedis. After an increment of 20%, the new price was 3,000 Ghana cedis. Let's solve our last question, which happens to be an application question. Let's see. After decreasing the price of an article by 23%, the price was 308 Ghana cedis. What was the original price? So this is the percentage decrease. We decreased the price of the article by 23%. So that means that since we are looking for the original price, the original quantity or the original percentage is still equal to question mark, but we don't know how much was being sold earlier. Yes. So, or how much the article was being sold earlier. So our 100%, which happens to be our original percentage, is equal to question mark, which we don't know. Now there has been decrease. So taking 23 from 100%, which represents the percentage decrease, is equal to 308 Ghana cedis. Yes, so they decreased it, so they had this. Now since 100% is equal to question mark, now the percentage decrease, which is 77%, is equal to 308. So the new price that has been decreased, the percentage decrease should be equal to the new price that has reduced. Now if 100% or if 77% is giving us 308, then 100 we expect something big. So if we expect something big, then the smaller one will divide or the smaller one will come down. So we are having 100% over 77% times 308 Ghana cedis. And when you do your computation and do your cancellations, you are getting 400 Ghana cedis. So therefore, we can say that the original price is 400 Ghana cedis. So this is how it's solved. So we have looked at percentage change and also how to increase or decrease a quantity by a certain percentage. So in our subsequent videos or in my subsequent videos, I'll explain more. We'll be talking about commission, talking about discounts, simple interest, and all that. So this is the end of my tutorial today, and thanks for watching.